Hello, 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 beautiful people of the world. Welcome to the Happy Conversation Idea Show. And I am so happy and delighted to have our wonderful friend today, Miss Andrea Beil. And I would like to tell about her little details, what she has accomplished so far in past, so that we all know that how grateful and wonderful she is. Andrea Beil is Europe #1 inner breakthrough expert. Andrea Beil has been an entrepreneur since the age of 16 and founding 4 different businesses, both nationally and internationally. Wonderful. She credits this success to the struggle of her early life, which unlocks in her a great interest in human behavior that has since developed into a passion for helping others maximize their potential. The up and downs in Andrea's life have led her into a wide range of experience that now grant her the expertise to support entrepreneurs, business owners, and the dreamers of all kind to reach beyond their imagination limitation and create more success for themselves. Her work helps shift mindsets and provides work strategy to create authentic, lasting, and purposeful driven results. Wow. She is a wonderful, world class professional speaker, Tedx speaker, author, and did hundreds of seminars and training, all while raising her wonderful 14-year-old daughter. Andrea says, where you are in your life right now is a reflection of what you believe. We welcome with our warm welcome, Miss Andrea Beil. Please welcome to the Happy Conversation Show.
Thank you so much, Happy, for having me here. And what a nice introduction you gave me. And good morning to, it's 4:30 in the morning, so I'm going to do my best here now on this live show. Thanks for having me, Happy.
My pleasure. It's a pleasure and honor. And I want to welcome also to our wonderful audience all around the world. They're watching and listening. And thanks to them, without them, we would be possible. So thanks to the audience encouraging us to do the best what we can do. And special thanks for you, 4:30 in the morning at Cyprus, here in Vancouver. Let's do it. My first question to you is, Andrea, um, how did you overcome adversity during your journey to success?
This is a very good question. Thank you. So, I mean, life is never a straight line, right? I think in what most people would love to have that they have a goal, they start doing something and it goes like this. And then at a certain point, life comes in between. And, you have this walls you face, these barriers you run against to these failures, as many people call it. I think I don't would I would not call it failures. It's like feedback, learning along the way, and this is, I think, one of the biggest lessons I learned. Um, I had many setbacks or much feedback during my life, and at the beginning, it was not so easy to take it as a feedback. I mean, I had really difficult and traumatizing incidents as well. I wrote about this in my book as well, by the way. So the most extreme or most traumatizing feedback which I had in my early teenage time was when I was about 15 years old and I had my first boyfriend, and I was in love for the first time and the butterflies and everything was nice, but at one day he raped me, and then that was not funny. That was really traumatizing, and overcoming that took so much understanding of how I am, why did this happen, what can I do, without blaming. I mean, it took years to deeply overcome that. And this is a very common thing, especially for women, to be in a situation like that. And then you have the choice, being the victim or trying to step out of that. And it's really difficult. So you actually work on 2 levels in a case like that. One is the hurt, the traumatized one, which wants to control everything. The other one needs to continue living. So, but at a certain point, and it's really not easy, but at a certain point, it is possible to get yourself, your whole back together again. And I think even those kind of incidents, or other people lose partners, or parents, whatever it is, children. So these kind of incidents, they sit so deep. And I think in the business life, very often the personal life gets put aside, but it affects so much the success of the, not only the success of the business, but the happiness of your life, the how you live your life, how you can enjoy your life. That's why I think it's so important to always do both. On one side, you want to be successful in your business or in your career. If you don't have your own business, on the other side, you want to have a nice life, you want to be happy, and you want to achieve your personal peace in life. And bringing both of them together, I think this is the big art which we should go for and should focus on.
Wonderful. That's a very phenomenal story and very heart-touching things you have just said, and it's very inspiring and empowering. And women out there can learn a lot, and you can share that what you have said. It's very powerful, and I deeply, sincerely respect that your early incident, what had happened in your life, and it should not happen to anyone. But I'm very glad that you overcome with all that obstacles and very in a very bravery manner, in a proud manner, and very smartly you did that overcome, and then you accomplished a lot of success, and where you are today is phenomenal. But that's up to you. Well, second question is, who inspired you and why?
That's a very good question. And I'm really thinking, who inspired me? And I was thinking about that, and it's like, wow, there is not this one person. There is not this. And when I was young, I never was a fan of a band, and I never had the posters up like many do that. I always wanted to achieve my freedom. I wanted to have as much space as I can. So I never really admired one certain person. And this is up until today. I respect a lot of people, and I think, wow, this is extremely good what certain people achieved in their lives. But I think my perspective on that is a little bit different, because I think everyone has a personal life, and you don't know what's going on. So we see what is on the public side, on the official side, on the, what the world can know. But then there is the side, how are those kind of people at home? How is their relationships with their families and all these things? So I always thought, this is only what I see. So I don't know what's behind it. So I never could say, okay, this really inspires me. This really, this person really, I would love to be like this person, because I only see the facade of it. I never knew what is behind it. So I never have really this one person where I say, oh, wow, this is exactly how I want to be. This never happened somehow.
Great. And so that means, in short, that you are the heroine of your own life, and producer and director and editor and the screenwriter of your own life you created from where you are today. So that's the biggest inspiration too. So many millions of hero and heroine out there in the real life, they have inspired by their own story, and they will worldly. Well, great. Well, next, what is the most interesting thing you have ever read or you've seen this week?
Great question. I have to say it's the new business agreements I just signed.
We would like to hear, unless it's too personal for you, you can always share that the line of field. You don't have to discuss the whole agreement. So it's in which line of field? I know, as you mentioned in your introduction, that you have 4 different businesses, national and international. So which would be this one then? Is there a fifth one, or it's already
Yes. Yeah, this is definitely number 5. And it's super exciting. I mean, as I am living in North Cyprus right now, and in business, you should never just stand on one leg. So you always have to have certain streams of income. So I stepped into the real estate world, a while ago. And I found a new company based in Germany, and with a business partner together. And the most exciting thing in the agreement, because we want to serve people, to give everyone from, really small investments up to project investments, which are several millions, the opportunity to invest. But once you talk about a lot of money, there is grief coming in. There is a lot of, when it's about a lot of money, people get weird sometimes, but we want it to be fun. So we started to make like a structure, how can we share this and that and da. And at the end of the day, we were sitting in the sun because we have this beautiful weather already. We were sitting in the sun and we said, oh my God, is this really what we want? All this background is so much work. Why don't let's just share 50, whatever it is, let's share without having hard feelings. Let's share and bring the kids inside to, that was really something meaningful behind it. It's not just about the business. It's about, being fair, trusting each other, being transparent, very clear, and sharing no matter what, because then it's, oh, who does more, who is more involved in what. So we said, this is going to be so difficult, let's make it easy. We know us, we trust us, and let's bring the kids in the business as well, somehow, that we actually build something that they can, if they want, maybe one day take over or do with it whatever they want. At least they have a backup.
Well, that's a
So that
great,
was really good.
that's a great one. I wish you congratulations and grand
Thank you.
that as you have done in your past so many businesses and you made other people's also millionaires and all. So hopefully you will generate many, many more millions for yourself and others. Great. So what did you wanted to be when you were a child?
That's funny. Yeah. I remember when I was, I don't know, maybe 8 years old, I did acrobatic gymnastics. And yes. And you cannot imagine, like, when I watch on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, all those videos of the young kids. I was growing up in the countryside, more or less. So this kind of training was not available. So of course I did train a lot, and I went 8 times a week for training, and I trained really hard. But I wanted to become, I remember I was 8 years old, and I said, my aunt had these stamps, which you can make by yourself. And I wanted to have my name, and I wanted to have super acrobatic or something like this on it. So that's actually a funny story I never told anyone. But I mean, I was okayish, but I never reached an international level on that. Of course not. But at that time, I wanted to become an acrobat.
Well, at least it's something related to physical thing, and physical thing is always rewarding. Somehow the other, like, any
I
activity.
sent you a picture of that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I forgot. But any which ways, in the bonus 8 points in the end of the video, we'll upload that. Yeah. Well,
I
thanks for
see.
sharing. I think acrobatic is really good, and people who are flexible, they can dance well, and people who dance well, they are more happening and happy as a romantic too. I feel personally too. As I,
Yeah, it's always about, movement and expressing and not being stuck, whatever it is. As long as you move, even physically, there's something going on.
great. So please tell me, do you believe luck is an important factor to the success?
That's a question we could talk 3 days about.
Yeah.
I think luck is a nice part of it, but in general, um, in order to have credibility in your business, this is not about luck. Credibility in your business, which is important, this is by experience, this is by learning, this is by knowing what you're doing, this is by, being curious and wanting to learn continuously. That's, I think, more important in a business than having luck.
Yeah.
Luck is nice, sometimes we need a little bit of luck, but when we talk about business, um, for sure it's a factor, but more important, I think, is really to keep up the curiosity, to keep up the eagerness and the passion that you enjoy what you do, and you're eager about being better in what you do and achieving the next step, that you feel happy.
Yes.
Mm.
So a lot of hard work, a lot of creativity, and a lot of
I wouldn't call it necessarily hard work, as long as you love what you're doing. It is not hard work, because when it's your passion and when you like doing what you do, then you don't call it work. Then it's just you do the things you really like.
yeah. I strongly agree on that. That's well put. Yeah. Great. So please tell me, like, why is hard work more important than luck then?
Yeah, as I just said, um, one part in me says you can control what you do. Luck you cannot control. If you work towards a goal, you can control that. But control is a very strong word. But again, I think you just should go with figure out what is your passion. What do you love to do without being paid for? That's maybe a good way on how to put it. And then, this is my passion, and then build a business around that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. And this is one of your stepping stone, what you have done personally in your life, that you can say that.
Yeah, not at the beginning. At the beginning, I was the second business I set up was the first one was like this. Yeah, the second one, I was early 20. My daughter was 1 year old, and I opened a clinic with employees. I just had the education because of that's how it was supposed to be.
Yes. Okay.
Mm.
That's great.
But figuring out it's always better to do what you really enjoy, because
I like that.
you
Figuring
do
out
it quite a while in your life, so you should
purpose,
better like it.
clarity, the purpose. If a people have no purpose, I think that should be the immediate goal in their life to make their purpose in life and find it out what exactly they wanted to do and become.
Yeah, but I also think if you say that, I also think if you have to be so clear on your purpose, this is so what I experience also with clients. This is so difficult to define the purpose. And then it's, the ego kicks in, and is it the perfect, what if I make a wrong decision on my purpose? So there's never an issue with changing as long as you start, because, oh my God, how often did I start something and figuring out, oh, that's not exactly the way, let's do a little bit like that, be flexible in what you do. And as long as you're doing something and not get stuck because you talk yourself down because you don't have the perfect purpose, it's really tricky to figure that out. And along your life, you change. Nothing is more consistent than the change. So you change. So the person you were yesterday, you're a different person today because of your experience, the new knowledge you have, or things like that.
Yeah, that's good. Well, thanks for sharing that, your wise wisdom on that. So, what advice you can give on the time management?
Time management.
Because first of all, I want to say thanks because you're at 4:30 in the morning. I know that you must be already awake an hour ago, and then you are here. So, and you've trained so many thousands of entrepreneurs, individuals around the world through your seminars and your written book and all. What advice would you like to give on time
Yeah. I mean, I lived in different countries where, I'm a German. So for me, it's, maybe I have it in my genes somehow that being on time is very good. I lived in countries where time management is not such a good thing. They don't handle it perfectly. But me personally, if you want to show, that's my personal opinion. And also that I wrote something about it in the book. So it's very funny that you asked me that.
management?
Um,
Please
it has something to do with respect, definitely. If you want to show up in the professional world as a professional, you better be on time. If you're not fast enough, you will miss out. There are so many people out there. So I think time management gets easy when you love doing something, when you have a passion for it. Yes, I got up at 3:30 in the morning, made a coffee, and tried to wake up. But I love doing that. I love giving interviews, and I love serving people. So find something what you really like, then it's not difficult to manage your time. Don't stop, even if you make small steps, but do something towards where you want to be every day, even if it's just thinking about it. That changes already something. But sitting back doesn't do any good for your development. Thinking back and doing nothing, or thinking back and telling yourself you're not good enough, or whatever it is, that doesn't help. I really think little steps
Yes.
every day, sometimes even thoughts, because sometimes we have to take a day off, or two or three, or even a week. That's fair enough as well, as long as one part of you is always growing. You can even grow the part which is good in relaxing. If we know this issue that some people are so stressed out they can't relax, so maybe you can grow that part and you do nothing for a week. That's also good. It's as long as it's done on purpose. This is what I think.
That's great. Well said that, and I know you are very. People look you as a wall clock when it comes to time management, and I've seen that. So no doubt you've written books and trained thousands of people. Okay, so please tell me, how do you choose your friends or your business partners? You have four, five big businesses and all. So how do you choose your friend and also business partners?
Wow. Okay. Do you choose your friends?
That's the
I
question.
mean,
What?
I meet many, 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 many people all the time. Friendship, same as business partners, always date before you marry. That's maybe a basic rule, because the world exists of so many fake things. So I really, I always believe in the best thing of everyone in general. I'm very optimistic and I'm
Okay.
very trustful towards people.
Okay.
um, the older you get, um, you have life experience that people cheat on you, they lie to you, they do things like that. So I think you get a little bit more cautious about who you tell what and who do you trust.
Yeah.
For me, it never changed. In general, if I meet a new person, I trust
Okay.
blindly. It's just a given fact from my side. But it depends, sorry, it depends on how close will I let them. And this is something really what develops over time. And then you have with certain people, you just have this click as a friendship, as anything. And also regarding business partners, um, even though if you go into business with someone you trust, of course you do, you trust and you are open and you're clear and transparent and everything, words are not enough. I experienced that as well. And I lost a ton of money because I did a business excursion, let's call it like that, with a very good friend of mine. And now we are not friends anymore because I missed out to write everything down in a contract.
Okay.
And then things can happen. So if you go into business with a friend, for example, no matter how much you trust, no matter how good friends you are, you have to write it. You never know what life is going to bring. I think this is one of the biggest lessons I learned, that even with because life changes, my circumstances change, my life circumstances, theirs change, and you develop. And it's like in a marriage, right? You have the same goal at the beginning, at least, and then you live next to each other. And as long, I think, as you have the same goal, everything is okay. But if one person starts to have another goal because of reading something, having another influence, whatever it is, when two people, as long, it doesn't matter for how long they went good together, they have different goals, it's really difficult to get back together. And this is when you have to, especially in business, secure both of you. Because I think it's not anyone is doing this on purpose. This is just life happening.
So true. So
Mm.
that's a very great advice. Like, this friendship is on one place and the business is on the same place, and we have the deeds and agreements and make sure that we both agree on the agreement and then we proceed. So everybody knows what is the purpose of this agreement and businesses, so that we can flourish and we can thrive and we can do the best in business. That's great. So, how to become successful in the line of the business of investing, which you're doing now? So tell us, there are wonderful, intelligent people out there, especially women also interested in real estate now. So how to become successful like you in the line of your business?
How to set up a business or how to become
How to become a
successful with
successful in
okay,
the
with real estate. I
business
mean,
you are doing actually. So maybe some good tips on that.
you want to know? I can tell you a little bit about that's a very cool question. I can tell you a little bit on how to get started with a real estate business. I mean, if people are interested in investing, I would say start small, really start small, be smart, do your due diligence, start small, um, calculate, because real estate is a lot about the numbers. Find someone who can support you in that. And this is actually what we are doing. If people want to start investing, or if they are already, we say, how do you say it, rocks in the real estate world, we have this as well. But we also have smaller investors, which we help them to start investing into real estate and then start growing that kind of income that they have, like a passive income, creating with it, securing the money in real estate, growing the value, things like that. This is for the smaller ones. For the bigger ones, it's the same. It's just bigger projects. And of course, the return on investment is bigger. And then you have a different time scale, and then you have different exit strategies on that. So it's, it always depends where you are in your life and what do you want to do, and do you have a short-term goal or a long-term goal, and what exactly do you want to put in, what do you want to get out, and then we make a portfolio in order to grow the money.
Fantastic. That's really great. Thanks for this valuable advice, and I hope my our lovely audience are listening and they will get some benefit out of it as you are very successful in the line of your business. Great. What do you like to learn every day?
What do I like to learn every day? Still, as you said at the very first beginning when you read my bio, human behavior. I think this is very interesting and I still like it. My daughter is meanwhile 15.
Oh, yeah.
Exciting times. So yeah, it's really interesting. And I meet so many different people. So I'm still every day I'm interested in people, and it's why they are, how they are, and about the behavior, looking behind the intention, looking behind the facade. And it's really nice because those connections with the human beings, those connections, understanding how people work and feeling them, this is something I really have a passion for, and gives me another perspective on the world as well.
Yeah.
Really nice. And yeah, this is a passion and I like that.
Fantastic. Now, you being a wonderful woman, and a lot of time happened that in the industry where women are entrepreneur now, you have a lot of challenges and barriers, nations and country and worldwide. There are different difficulties arises and all. Being a woman entrepreneur, when you're starting a business or continuing your business, what are the challenges that you think you have faced and that you would like to share that other women, when they start up a new business or already in the business, uh, uh, they should avoid doing that things like do's and don'ts, especially being as a woman entrepreneur, so that they should not stress out.
Mhm. This is a very good question. Well, phew, that would require long. Let me try to make it as short as possible.
Yeah.
I think in different parts of the world, women are perceived in a different way. Yes, as a woman, it's always, as a woman, you have to be very strong. Let's put it in a positive way. As a woman, you have to show up very, very confident. I personally think that when we have those influences from outside, I have to work harder as a woman. I'm going to face all these issues. The more I focus on them, the more I will experience them. That's why I don't want to bring them up. But I think you have to be very confident, know what you're doing, be an expert in what you're talking about, and don't get influenced by the how do you, is it mantras, by the things what people expect to happen to you, what the world thinks, what the society thinks. As a woman in business, this is what you're going to face.
Hmm.
My recommend, ignore them, whatever it is, ignore it. You can imagine, like, what is a typical thing? Happy, you know better than me, what is a typical thing women have to face in business when they want to do it? They have to work 3 times as hard. I don't know. Or they are too sexy when they show up, or they are, I don't know what, they are a mom, so they can't do it. Ignore it. I would just, it's a belief. It's set in our mind, made up by society or made up by whatever. I would simply ignore it. Who said that? Society? Because the father of the dad, of the son, of the aunt, or whomever says that?
Yeah.
I just would ignore it. And I think this is the best way to do. Sometimes do like this. It's your life, your way. Whatever someone else does, like, boom, doesn't even touch me. It's not always easy, but I think this is the simple strategy on how to succeed as a woman. Don't give in. It's their beliefs and they put it on you. So once you take the beliefs on, you will face it over and over and over again. If I don't take the beliefs on and I get rid of my own limiting beliefs, I will not, me, for example, I don't face, I had that. Yes. I've been working on that. Meanwhile, I don't face this anymore. When I show up somewhere, people respect me, people take me for serious. So I don't have to prove anything because I'm confident enough and I know what I'm talking about. So it doesn't happen anymore.
That's a great key point. So let me rephrase that. You be confident, you know what you're exactly doing. You need to be skilled and talented in a line of your field so that you show up confident and you can pursue your career and your business in an appropriate way so that you don't get refusal and failures and all. But so and also like so removing the facts from the fiction, let's not other people's opinion become your reality. So you believe in yourself and you believe in that you can do it, you've done in past and you can do it in future as well. Wow, well that's a great answer right there, and I hope this will really help to other women entrepreneur and other people too. What advice would you like to give to the young entrepreneur, especially including male and female, to young entrepreneurs?
Mhm. I think the young entrepreneurs, mm,
When you were
there's
also young, you started something. Maybe you can share
no, no,
with
I'm thinking about this a certain age group, beginning of 20, mid of 20, right?
yeah, let's say yeah, 15 onwards to 35 something, the
Sorry.
entrepreneurs and all, because
Uh-huh.
that will
Um,
as well.
I mean, those thinking about my daughter, these generations, they are so influenced by so many things because they are bombarded with information and they need to find a way to stand out. So I think they need to be very consistent in what they are doing, very consistent. Be confident in what you're doing. Don't be too much influenced from the others because there will always be competition. There will always be someone trying to be better or do the same or similar things. So I think believe in what you do, have really a good intention. If your business is set up to make people better, to help people become better or do something, have an advantage or whatever it is, if it's focused towards doing good towards people, animals, whatever it is, focus on it and go for it and don't be too much influenced. Have your plan and go for it and be consistent, because with the mass of information and advertising out there, I think you just have to do it long enough, consistent enough with a really nice intention. And then, of course, you have all the business factors in the background. But I think this is the most important thing. Have a good intention and be consistent.
That's great. Yeah. Now you've been a wonderful, phenomenal TEDx speaker in past, and
Mhm.
well, if you given an opportunity, and of course you will get many more. So if you have to do another TEDx talk, which subject would you choose and why?
Very good question. I would choose, let me try to find the word in English. I would choose something why it is so difficult to step out of the mainstream
Okay.
regarding current situations going on, seeing how easy it is to guide masses of people, masses of them.
Yeah.
Why it is so difficult to think sometimes, why it is so easy to be influenced, and how this, where it comes from, how to, leverage that.
Yeah. That's great. Now
Mm.
you talked about the human behavior and continuously you learning. You travel around the world. You meet a lot of entrepreneurs. You train entrepreneurs and businessmen, women around the world. What are the key principles one can learn from the human behavior? Because you have learned a lot. How to identify that about the human behavior when you in a personal life and professional life? If you like to share that, so that we can succeed in personal and professional life. Let's start with personal life, like in a
Okay.
relationship
So, first of all, success, everyone defines that differently. Mostly people define success with money. Success equals money. I don't think like that. Everyone has their different imagination of success. Success, it's different for everyone. One is very successful when you're healthy. So it always depends where you are. Where do you stand in your life? What is important for you? There is not a general rule which you can follow in order to cover all that thing. For me, it took over 50 different studyings and examinations and whatever it was. So I did a lot regarding body language, NLP, all this human behavior thing. It's a huge topic and it's a never ending story. So it's very difficult to narrow it down to one. But I think no matter if it's in personal or in business life, trust your gut feeling.
Okay, that's great. That's well said. Yeah. Now you have written a book. Would you like to share the key? There are a lot of interesting topics and chapters out there. The process of writing your book. Now, a lot of their entrepreneurs, they like to write their own books and all. What challenges did you get before writing the book and you succeeded and it's very phenomenal book?
Yeah, writing the book was really, really, really fun at the beginning. And then at the end, it was, oh my God. And I got help, honestly. I wrote the book by myself, but I had an editor. I had like a book coach on my side. I never wrote the book before. So that's why I had a coach on my side. And every 2 weeks or every month, I was talking to him. My main first language is not English. The book is written in English. So she was a proper English speaker. So that's regarding the grammar and the words and stuff like that. But she told me that you either have issues starting it, you struggle starting it, or you struggle finishing it. I was the one struggling finishing the book, but I did it because just to get it done. But that was the more difficult part for me. But the book itself, I mean, I loved writing it. It was really fun. I set aside certain hours during my week where I said, okay, now I relax and I focus on it, because you have to be very focused when you write the book, of course. And at the beginning, I was just, it was flowing. The words were flowing. And then, of course, it has to make sense for the reader, because I want to give a lot of value in the book, that it does help, that people can have a benefit from it. So at the end, I think it turned out really nice.
That's great. So are you writing any more books now? Are you planning something? No.
Not at the moment, because I still remember the finishing.
That's good. Yeah.
But as you know, it's called the Andrea Method 1.0. So maybe there will be a 2.0 one day.
Okay, that's good. So what is the takeaways we can take away from your book? Would you like to share something?
Yeah. As I'm so interested in human behavior, I made it easy to understand why are you how you are. So the wirings in our head that you really anatomically, physically proven why it is like that. And I'm speaking about the subconscious mind, how it influences you along your life, personally and professionally, how to find it out. What is it? Where does it come from? There are exercises along the book. I also, so this is a big part of the book. I wrote it very easy and understandable. Then I also wrote about the physical part, the body language. Your body reacts if you continuously do something. Your body sends you signs. So we have to have these connections with our mind, our body, and our soul. So the spirit, and how to bring all these together in order to go forward in business. What are, like, step by step, what can you do? And there are exercises in the book to really uncover, because we all have our hidden barriers and our hidden stories and subconscious beliefs, and some we know and some we don't know. So this book helps really to uncover more of the subconscious belief we are having. And for me, it's a lot about, being confident. It's very motivating as well, comforting,
Yes.
that whatever you do, it's okay.
Okay. So that's great. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, thanks for sharing these wonderful tips. Yeah. So what are the key things you look when you try to do business with the same gender? So let's say you want to do business with a woman. You have so many businesses. You must be having a business partner, and male, female partner. So when
Yeah.
you do with the same sex businesswoman partner, what are the qualities you look for?
It's always the same: honesty, trust, transparency, clarity, and my gut feeling. And of course, when I go into a business, I have like two things to work on. One is really very emotionless, the numbers, the figures, does it make sense, the way, where does this business want to go? So this is one thing. Be very clear, have everything in order. The legal stuff, very important for me. All the paperwork in the background, the setup. So all the legal things and the numbers and the figures and the budget and whatever it is has to be very clear. And this is very emotionless. It's a tuk 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 tuk. This is one thing. The other side is for me, more emotional side is the trust, and the clarity, the transparency. So, and it's always how it feels. And depending on how it feels, and I don't make a difference if it's a man or a woman, but however, depending on how it feels, I get more strict. If I have a feeling that there's something off, I would get a lot stricter on the legal side, a lot stricter on the paperwork and on the schedules and on the scheduling of the meetings. I would be a lot closer in order to learn faster. So it's always date before you marry. So secure yourself legally, no matter if it's what kind of gender it is. But that's what I'm doing. And then trust your feeling and go from there.
So during all these businesses you have done around the world and over 4 businesses, there must be a time that your feelings must have hurt, trust must have broken. How did you overcome with that?
Yes, that's a very good question, because yes, it happened, and just a year ago, and that was really heavy. I think people know this. I mean, it always sounds like, wow, everything is super duper, but no, life is not only like, growing up, as I said at the beginning, there are those downs. And I think we have to go through these downs, because there, first of all, there's the law of duality, where there is good, there is bad, no left, no right, without up, no down, without success, no failure. And or without failure, no success, no matter how you put it. But yes, that's really, that was a not nice experience, but it's part of my life. I learned a lot. And what I did, I gave that time.
Okay, time.
So I did not, I didn't ignore it. I acknowledged it a lot. Yeah. And I really gave it time to be sad, to be upset. Yeah. Not answering the phone, not giving an interview, because it was not the time for that. Definitely not. So I gave it time. And then, because you have to feel that pain, because in order to heal a pain, you have to feel the pain, right? And
go ahead, please.
So I really worked through that, and I was allowing myself to feel like really not good, not wanting to get up in the morning, not wanting to get dressed or get ready. So of course we all have this we also have the lazy days. So we also have the upset days and the sad days. But then once you're processing the whole grief and all these depressed feelings you're having, once you process it, then you can grow out of it and you can become better.
Fantastic. So time is the medicine, time is the healer, time is the warrior, and time will heal all that your hurts, feeling, and all you overcome with that. So being persistent and give a time to heal that feelings and grow up again, stand up, and then you can do the better ways. Excellent. Now let's do this because we have a little time more now, another 10 minutes. So I call this round called Make the World Happy Round. So we have this few rapid fire kind of questions, and we'll appreciate your lovely answers on that too. If one thing you have to learn from your daughter, what will be that?
Everything about Lady Gaga and Taylor Swift.
So that's beautiful. Okay, name one food you don't like to eat.
Cheese.
Wow. Okay.
And meat.
Meat, okay. Name one place you would love to be.
Barbados.
Oh, wow. How about where you live in Cyprus now?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yes, I mean, come on, who doesn't miss traveling right now, right?
That's so true. Okay, during your struggling time in business, did you ever cry?
Of course.
Okay, all right. Okay, what best tip to become more attractive woman?
What?
What are the best tips to become more attractive woman?
To become a more attractive confidence.
Okay, well, that's good. Okay, how do you know if a man is an attractive man? Man is
Uh,
like a male.
gut feeling.
Okay. What other things you will know apart
Other
from
things.
what other things you will see in a man if he's more attractive?
I would think it's politeness, honesty, things like that.
That's good because you've been being an entrepreneur. You deal with a lot of male um, business partners and so on. So this will be a
Yeah,
valuable.
definitely politeness, honesty, respect.
That's what you look. Excellent. If you want to say anything to yourself, what would be like to? What would you like to?
Myself,
Yeah.
keep on going.
Keep on
Have
going.
fun.
Have fun. Excellent. Excellent. Next one. What one silly thing you do that people do not know about that?
Dancing with my daughter and singing very loud, even though I'm not good in singing.
Okay. 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 Imagine while giving a speech, if you forgot your lines, what will you do?
Happened, of course, normal. Just acknowledging, saying it.
Okay.
I would just say it. Yeah, and I did say it. That now I lost it.
Okay. We'll be honest. That's good. Do you think we need a magic or power to transform the world?
We need love.
Ah, high five. I wish I would be close to you to give you. Yes, we do need love. Love is the first best medicine on planet Earth. I strongly agree with that. Definitely. What is the unpleasant thing you find about the social media?
The first thing that comes in mind is too many news. Let's put it that way.
Okay. What is the good thing you like about the social media?
Connection.
Okay, that's great. Imagine if you are the owner of a company, which you are, I know, and in the staff meeting you shared an idea and nobody likes it. What will you?
Happened as well, but well, then I'm laughing, and we trying to figure out something new together. You know what? Why am I thinking like that? Why everyone else is not thinking? I think it's very important to do that. I would laugh at the, yeah. Well, so what do we need to change with my thinking in order to be back on track? Be
Okay,
open for feedback, definitely, and change.
okay. So who is your favorite woman icon in the world?
Whew.
There must be many, but who you think of first that you admire?
We had that before that I'm not really, but there are many great women out there. Um, my daughter would say Lady Gaga, so let's just go with her.
Okay, well
She's
that's
funny. Why
great.
not?
Why not?
Has some great intentions.
Artist, yes, always, and she's very inspiring too to the world.
Mm.
Wonderful, wonderful singer, and inspirational person as well. So, um, how do you say the happy conversation idea show in your language? Because you're from German. So, how would you say the happy conversation idea show in your language?
Die glückliche Unterhaltungsidee Show. We have show. Die glückliche Unterhaltungsidee Show.
Okay, so imagine I already said that. My audience will be laughing, but I will practice that. But thanks for teaching me because on
You're
my show,
welcome.
I welcome all around the world from all different countries and all. So this is what I love to learn from Germans as well.
Yeah.
But if you would like to go out of home, what would you like to carry with you?
What would, besides my daughter, right? But what would I like to carry with me? My laptop.
Okay, all right, cool. Imagine if you become God makes you a man for a day. What will you do more of and less of?
Ha! I would definitely. Can I say that?
Okay, go ahead. It's all live. You can say.
I would definitely pee a lot because this must be so convenient. That's what I would do.
Okay, okay. All right. That will you do more of or less of?
More because it, must be so
Okay.
convenient.
So what will you do
Definitely.
of then?
Less of
Anything? If you would be a man,
makeup.
makeup. Okay, all right. So men usually they don't do much makeup, but okay, that's great.
No, well, you never know. Why not?
Yeah. If you're in a party of a room where you go to a party and nobody recognizes you, but you know they recognize me, what will you do?
I recognize you.
Okay. No, but
No.
people, you know some people who recognize you, but they pretend they don't know you. How will you react?
It depends on who the people are. If I know them, I would definitely approach.
Okay. That's a good.
No.
Yeah. What is
I
the
think
one?
I would even approach if I don't know them. Yeah.
What is the one thing money cannot buy?
Health.
It's wonderful. What is the one thing that money can buy and make you more happiest person?
Well, everything what is a material thing and is lasting and grows the money.
Wonderful. Imagine if you would be the host of this Happy Conversation Idea show and I would be a guest. What question will you ask me?
Why did you start the show?
To make people more happy, and they're already happy, to inspire, to share the idea, thoughts, and story of happiest people like you.
There you go.
Great. Okay, so the last one. What is the one word or a favorite quote would you like to say to the world?
Think more with a loving intention.
Think more with
Think
the loving.
more with a loving intention.
Let me repeat that because it's very powerful what you just said, and I really, really admire that. Think more with the loving intention. Wow. And I always refer Mother Teresa's quote as she said that if we judge people, we do not have time to love them. So think more with the
Very
love.
nice.
That's really awesome. I would like to say thanks so much, Andrea, for your wonderful time, your wisdom, your ideas, your principles. You have gained so much of abundance and success in your life from childhood till now today. You are very inspirational for thousands and million people out there. You made many millionaires too as well, and you're still so humble. And I want to say thanks to the wonderful, lovely audience with my folded hand. Thanks for your time and being here, and we will keep continue bringing all the wonderful people of the world. And today we want to say thanks so much, Andrea, for your precious time and being so early on time, 4:30 sharp.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I hope the audience gets something out of that. Thank you.
Definitely. And do not forget the 8 bonus secrets of happiness world did not know about Andrea.
Yes.
Okay, so how would you
Thank you.
How would you say see you soon? Because I never say goodbye to people in my life. Since childhood, I never say this word, bye.
In German?
I always say see you soon. So how would you say in German, see you soon?
Bis bald.
Bis bald.
Bis bald. Yeah.
Bis bald. Andrea, bis bald. Thank you.
See you soon. Take care. Thank you.
Stay happy wherever you are and make other people happiest people. Thank you so much, audience, for the Happy Conversation, the Idea Show. I hope you got some lovely ideas today to empower and inspire the world and to be the best person who you are and wherever you are. Thanks so much. This is Happy Bains here, the Noble Servant and your host. See you soon next Sunday with a wonderful guest. Thank you.